Vicious Victor Ortiz. Jose something. Lopez. I just say that. That was a good fight. You gotta consider that was a barn burner, man. A barn burner in your backyard. You gotta consider that fight for candidate at least for one fight of the year. The year ain't over yet, so we'll see what else we get. But yeah, I'm definitely putting that up for candidate of fight of the year. That was a very very entertaining fight. Uh, Congratulations to the underdog Lopez. As much as I like Ortiz, as much as I like you, Vic, it is crazy because I looked at them both like the underdog. Ortiz can never catch a break, so it's really even though Ortiz had the edge and was supposed to win the fight, both these guys are like underdogs. But congratulations to the underdog Lopez. What heart this kid showed. And this kid has talent. He has talent. He can box. He ain't no dumb fighter. When I heard his fight when he was the replacement for Andre Berto, I thought to myself, I didn't expect Vic to lose to him, but at the same time, I said this kid is a risk factor. It's not like an automatic guarantee. You could run into problems with this kid, But I did expect Vic to win, and matter of fact, I thought Vic would stop him late. I didn't make a prediction, Vic, but I figured he'd stop him late, like 10, 11 rounds. But man, Lopez was gamed and ready for this challenge. He always is a game fighter. I've watched Lopez before. He's always a game fighter. I've seen lots of his fights on Friday Night Fights. Just a very, very good fighter. May even be an A-class fighter. You got to keep testing him to see. A man has some losses on his resume. In this sport of boxing, people overlook him easily, but a resume only tells parts of the story, and a resume can be very, very deceiving because we all know how decisions go in boxing. The right person doesn't always win. Sometimes people get screwed. So this kid Lopez had nothing to lose, and he took advantage of this opportunity. Now, controversy, something that circles around Ortiz. I want to start off by saying I was impressed with how Ortiz was fighting. Ortiz isn't the wild animal in the ring that he used to be in terms of being reckless. I like that he's using that jab. He's not pawing with that jab no more. He was connecting that jab. People criticize him for the way he fought against Mayweather, and again, I congratulated him for the way he fought Mayweather in those 4 rounds. I thought he fought intelligently, and I will continue to say that he fought intelligently, and he took that into this Lopez fight. He's connecting with the jab now. I like how he's circling. I like how he's more defensive-minded. He's keeping his guard up. That's defense. He's keeping his guard up. He's blocking punches. He's moving his head. He's dipping low at times with the knee bend, and then he's circling. I like how Ortiz is fighting because he still has that viciousness in him, but he uses it at certain times. He's timing it now when he uses it, and his jab ain't just like a rangefinder or nothing like that. His jab is like setting stuff up now, He catches you with it. He throws combinations, he's being vicious at certain moments in the ring, but he's not just being wild and reckless from start to finish, He's observing his opponent more and seeing what his opponent's doing and then waiting at the right moment to attack, cornering his prey and stalking him. Ortiz backs up. It doesn't mean he's necessarily hurt, It's like also always sometimes Ortiz will play possum and then he'll just come out of nowhere and throw like a 4 or 5 punch combination at you. I like the way Ortiz, me personally, just my opinion, I like how Victor Ortiz is fighting. I think he's becoming a mature, smarter fighter. Broken jaw. He had a mouthful of blood and he was talking, well, he broke my jaw. He was talking like his jaw was broke. I'm going to go ahead and take Vic's word for it that his jaw was broke. He wasn't just looking for a way out of the fight. You received so much shit, man, for that Maidana loss. I don't think Vic would even think about quitting anything. Not just a boxing match, but the word quit and Victor Ortiz shouldn't even be in the same sentence if I was Victor Ortiz. You don't want to think about quitting anything that you do in life at this point because you were damn near ridiculed and wanted, tossed to damn near the garbage when they came to the sport of boxing. I mean, they brought the rain down on him heavy. So, I'm going to take the word for it that his jaw was legitly broken. I'm sure we'll see doctor reports or something. But turns out Lopez hits hard, if he broke Ortiz's jaw, because Berto caught him with a straight right hand a couple times, and I would have thought that broke Ortiz's face, not just his jaw, but Ortiz got right back up. I don't know, but if you throw a perfect shot and you land clean on the chin, it is possible. Lopez ain't no light hitter. Might not hit as hard as Ortiz does, but definitely not a light hitter, man. And people get confused that hits can be hard, man. You catch somebody with the right punch, it can be hard, even from not a hard puncher. But I'm saying throw the punch the correct way and catch them cleanly. It can be a hard, damaging punch. That's what people don't realize. You see guys like Paulie Malignaggi, and you think, oh, he doesn't hit hard. Get in the ring with him. Get in the ring with him and let him light you up. And you tell me if you see. And one thing is, fighters get used to getting hit, and though we all have different chins, you get used to getting hit. But at the same time, for the average cat to say, oh, he doesn't hit hard, motherfucker hits hard. It's painful to get hit. It ain't fun to get hit. No matter if you're getting hit by Paulie Malignaggi, Floyd Mayweather, Victor Ortiz, or Canelo Alvarez, it ain't easy getting hit. So when you do have the right formula and you catch that opponent with the perfect shot, even if you're not that hard of a hitter, you can stun him or hurt him very bad. And Lopez, this kid's definitely got some pop. Now I still don't think he hits as hard as Ortiz, but them shots that he was throwing tonight look pretty damn solid. I know the slow motion doesn't justify nothing, because slow motion makes a punch look a lot harder than it actually is because it's slow motion. But even watching the fight at regular pace, this kid was hitting Ortiz with some solid shots, and at times he did stun Ortiz and make Ortiz back up. Now, Canelo Alvarez was supposed to be the man September 15th Ortiz faced next if he was to prevail, which he didn't. Honestly, man, I still would like to see Victor Ortiz face Canelo Alvarez. It's unfortunate that his jaw broke, so that's definitely not going to happen. But I think it's more so of his jaw breaking than him losing this fight, because the fight was a close fight. To be honest with you, the fight was a close fight. We don't know what could have happened if it went all 12 rounds. Maybe Lopez still could have won. That's very possible. You definitely can't count Lopez out. He was fighting with everything he had. And not just all heart, skill too. This kid, like I said, he's a skillful fighter. But I think Ortiz is an exciting fighter. Period. He's an exciting fighter, and he's the type of fighter that's not going to back down. That's what I like about him, because part of him reminds me of myself. If he's losing a fight or whatever, at some point in this fight, just like Timothy Bradley, you're going to know he's going to stand toe-to-toe and he's going to let his hands go. He's just a fighter that doesn't back down, and that's what I like in a fighter. He does not back down, and he's improving as a fighter. He's not just wild and reckless like everybody's claiming that he still is. He's fighting intelligently, and people don't want to give Ortiz props when he's improving. Some people just do not like Victor Ortiz, and that's fine. But I like Victor Ortiz. He's an exciting fighter. Once again, here's a candidate for Fight of the Year he's in. And I would love to see him go against Alvarez, because I want to see if Alvarez can handle that pressure. Now, I don't know, one factor people were not mentioning is that Ortiz, I'm pretty sure he'd be stepping up to 154. Would they have met at a catchweight? I don't know. But one thing I know is Vic's a big dude, man. He's a big guy. I've met Vic several times, talked to him. Canelo Alvarez, I've never seen him in person. But the only thing I got is the TV screen for him, and he's a big 154-pounder. He looks pretty big too, but at the same time, he doesn't look like he's that much bigger than Vic, or if he is even bigger than Victor Ortiz. So that's the funny thing. Vic's just a freak, man. To make 140 pounds, I still don't know how the hell that kid did it, because it seems like he still had his size that he has now, even when he was at 140. I mean, I'm sure he's bigger at 147, but I'm saying, he's not extra bigger. This kid was always a huge 140-pounder. I do not know how he cut down to make that weight. It's incredible considering his size. I mean, Victor Ortiz is big. I don't know how many of y'all seen him in person. Dude's big, man. And, even making 147 is impressive. Vic probably is really a 154-pound fighter. Well, you just can make the weight, so hell, why not? Why not make a weight to the smallest division possible and have that size advantage? But leaving you on this note before I end this vid. What do you think about this kid Lopez, man? Now that he's on the scene and he's definitely put a stamp down with this Ortiz victory. I know it might sound crazy, but what do you think about Lopez against Alvarez? I know he be jumping another weight class. Maybe they can meet at a catchweight. I know I don't like catchweights and shit, but it's just something. It crosses my mind a little bit. All right, the thought. It got me itching a little bit. What do you think about Lopez versus Canelo? Is it suicide or is it? Do you underestimate this kid? You know, for everybody that doubted him against Ortiz, or thought he didn't have a shot against Ortiz, or thought he was out, he was out of his league. I know it'd be crazy. It's like some Henry Armstrong type shit. But what if he jumped to 154, or what if he met Canelo at a catchweight? You know, a catchweight. If Canelo was up for it, you know, I don't know, 150, 152, I don't know, but a catchweight or something like that. You know, what if he earned it? What if the thing that one man was supposed to take, right? Ortiz was supposed to face Alvarez. He beats Ortiz, or makes Ortiz submit at least by breaking his jaw. What if he earns that man's shot now, right? Isn't that kind of fair if you think about it? What one man was supposed to obtain, he took it from you. So what if Lopez was down for it? And that Lopez would have to be down for it. You know, it's up to him. Because this fight could very well be a rematch. And I'll be excited to see that too. It was one hell of a fight. Back and forth action. But if, you know, I know Vic's jaw's got a hill if it's legitimately broke. What if Lopez took on the Alvarez challenge next? So he said, I want Alvarez. I beat Ortiz. I want Alvarez. I want to campaign for that September 15th date. How do you think he'll do against Alvarez? You know what I mean? You just like every underdog has his day, and you go, oh, this is his victory of his career, or he can't pull up a performance again. Man, it's crazy for him to jump up to another weight class again and think he's going to take on one of the best fighters in that weight class, the champion Canelo Alvarez. Well, what if Lopez is a special fighter? I mean, you just never know what can happen in a boxing match. I'm not piping Lopez up. I'm not hanging on his nuts so hard. I'm not trying to overblow this for more than what it is, but I'm just saying, what if? Because in boxing, when you got one man versus another man, there's always a what if factor. Because if we never seen a fight happen, we just don't know what will happen. And that's why it's the theater of the unexpected, and that remains. So I always 100. I'm out.